Now, imagine with me a world where AI doesn't replace educators but amplifies their genius, where technology doesn't diminish human connection but deepens it, where every student, regardless of their background or learning style, has access to personalized education that adapts, evolves, and empowers. Well, this is not a dream. This is not a science fiction. This is the vision of our next keynote speaker. He has been the fundamental researcher in this area for the past 2 decades. Professor Hu Xiangen has transformed the landscape of educational technology through groundbreaking research backed by over $30 million in funding from most prestigious institutions such as the National Science Foundation to the Department of Defense. His model combined human cognitive behavior and AI. His AI systems create new knowledge that learns, and his distributed learning technologies are reshaping how we think about education itself. Today, he will reveal his secret. Well, can I say secret? I think so. With us. So without further delay, let's welcoming Professor Hu as he presents on the topic, Educators in the Loop, Designing Inclusive, Impactful Futures with AI. So Professor Hu, stage is yours, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Michael. I'm so glad that I have the privilege of come here and share some of my lessons. I think Tanya had talked about some historical observations from early 40s. I'm going to share some of the observations I have in the last 30 months. Okay, so my title is Educators in the Loop. Basically, I'm going to play a role, multiple roles. Actually, I was a professor for 40 years. This is my 40 years of teaching career. I was a professor in the U.S. for 30 years. On different faculties. I'm faculty of computer science and computer engineering and also psychology. So in the last 30 months, I play 3 roles all the time. First, since AI, so I was a computer science and computer engineering professor, I want to explore how powerful it is. Because before we know how powerful it is, we do not know how dangerous it is. And as a psychology professor, I played a role, and I try to see how dangerous it is. And also as a learning scientist, I want to see how do we want to use it. And now today I'm going to share with you some of my observations, share the similar message that Tanya was sending, but I'm from the perspective of engineer perspective. Okay, so here's something that I'm going to talk about. Look at the claim. I think almost 100% consistent with Tanya's talk. But I'm going to talk about a few things, and then from the perspective that I have observed. So first, I want to do basically some almost like a housekeeping. We want to make sure that we understand what AI is. Right now, AI actually is a buzzword for everywhere, okay? But as educator or as a professor, we have different views, even look at the names. For example, for the basic concept, we have generative AI, but actually, we also have large language model. They are different, and everyday life they're different. And also, how do they relate it to education? They're different. Their definition, typical models, so on and so forth, they're different. I'm not going to go through this one. I will share this one on my Padlet, on the Padlet. Second, we actually undergone through different type of AIs, even our everyday use, right? For example, a basic chat, there's 3.5. And we have advanced chat like 4.0, which is about almost 2 years, about 2 years ago. That's like April 2023. And also, most recently, or a couple of, about 6 to 7 months ago, we have a reasoning model. So we actually, everybody access to it. Depending on the money you pay, you probably have a different ways of utilize them. And then second one is actually we have the way of access through the web, like a browser, and we have a way through agents. Actually, right now it's very popular, through agents. And also, we probably have applications. We have all those things, but what we want to do is actually, right now, if you ask people using AI, we probably are confused. Here's what I'm trying to do. For example, if you really have this matrix, you actually have 3 by 3. So every time when we use AI, doesn't matter we prepare our lectures or we ask our student to do it, we need to make sure that what are those advantages, disadvantages, and the opportunities and the risks that there are. Actually, you have all those. We talk about hallucination, we talk about the powerfulness. They have different ways of deceiving you. We need to understand. Okay? So that's what I say, they're so powerful and also so, I will say, dangerous. Right now there are 2 views. One is pessimistic, one is optimistic. Okay? I wear different hats. Okay? From the engineering perspective, I'm optimistic. AI is getting powerful, more powerful. But from a psychology perspective, I'm pessimistic because it's getting dangerous every day. So now, here I'm just share very, very brief observations. First observation, which is probably shared with everybody, that this AI getting to us every day. We did not realize it. They're creeping into our lives, okay? The other day I was in Shenzhen. I went to the hotel, and suddenly there was a little guy over there saying, "It's my floor. It's my floor." Suddenly there was a robot over here. I was surprised. I said, when I check in, nobody tell me that we have some aliens around us. Even we bring a dog or something, they say, no pets, because they're aliens. They're not human. But we are perfectly fine to accept a robot in us. And that's just very dangerous if you think about it. Nobody against it, but we have all the reason to against it. Okay? Now, since this is talking to us, it's getting very dangerous right now. So, for example, you have on the phone talking like human, and then you get people scared. Is anything real right now? So now you have those short clips of videos, and they're like very, very real. You don't know whether they're real or not, right? And now you have all those agents, the industry just pushing, shoving everything through our throat, like we automatically accept, but we probably not. So that's the first observation. We accept AI like our own, but they actually alien. Okay? Second one is the AI is getting very, very powerful every day. This one actually was taken about 2 weeks ago, July 22nd, and there is a place that's rate how smart AI is. The IQ score of one of the AI is 137. Okay, that's 99.5 percentile. Okay, that's a super smart, very smart. Now you say, well, we have smart people around us, right? But you realize when we have 5 smart people, we work together. How about 50? How about 500? How about 5,000? We fight. So the throughput of collection of AIs, they don't fight. 5 of them work together. 5,000 of them going to work together. So the throughput of AI, the intelligence from AI, going to surpass our entire human combined. Very, very soon. This is not really scary, okay? Very, very soon. It's so powerful. Now, how powerful it is? There are a lot of reports, like this. AI-human relationship will, think about what's going to happen. And also even more provocative kind of claims. In 10 years, AI will eliminate human, of course. You have pessimistic views and you have optimistic views. Okay, that's very powerful. The third observation, it's actually something I want to focus, is human wisdom versus artificial intelligence. Okay? Now, Hinton actually gave a talk the other day. They really making this one aware with everybody in the world that human wisdom and artificial intelligence. Now, as educator, especially as we have a lot of educator here, and this is something that we want to. I'm going to share my views. Okay, so now AI. For those of you that have not played with AI, I want to share what I played with AI in the last 30 months. Okay, so first, this is actually April 24. Okay, when I first get my API key. Because remember that the GPT-4 starting in April of 2024. See, my background, I design systems. I design learning systems, okay? I say, can we make this so powerful, play like a teacher? I was able to, even for the 2024 April, I was able to make AI to play smart. That's how teachers do, right? In the class, we play smart. We play dumb, we play innocent, we animate, we're trying to play different roles when we interact, It's all you can do, okay? You can do all those. This is actually back at the very first version of the GPT-4, okay? And you can do this, and then you can find the applications. Actually, I will show you some applications in the morning and also show you how to do this one in the afternoon, so how powerful it is. Okay, and also, the same time, I think in May, I say, can generative AI to really show how to teach? So I was able to, using ChatGPT, mimic the 20 teach and learning principles of APA until the principle number 12. I was able to do every single one of them, okay? Being an educator myself, I really had goosebumps myself. They're coming in and trying to replacing our jobs. I'm seriously, okay? That was then. Now, it's actually happening. For those of you that you did not hear the news, that OpenAI just secretly, no announcement, just simply get something called a study and a learn. Okay, I took this picture from YouTube. Somebody said, okay, AI is taking over education. Now, this is very, very kind of, scary, but let me show you what it can do, okay? Here's a conversation that I was with AI. I will go through this one. So here's what I did. I say, hey, give me a mathematical problem that has the level of Chinese Gaokao. Chinese Gaokao is very, very hard, right? Combines 4 advanced skills in high school, giving me a detailed analysis for all the steps. This AI, I say AI this, right? Now, this is go beyond elementary schools. The AI said, great, let's aim for Gaokao-style problem that truly stretches students' mathematical maturity. So here is here is some advanced skills in high school, and then what are you going to do? I said, okay, randomly select 4. So it's randomly selected 4. Okay? And then this give me the problem. This, if you are a high school mathematics teacher, if you're not scared or if you're not worried, you probably do not know how hard it is, right? So now I say, okay, make it harder. Okay, make it harder. And then I say, okay, this one here's what he's going to add a parameterized constraints, implicit function behavior, a sharper inequality, and the sequence defined by the recursion tied to geometry. See, I was trained as a mathematician, and it takes me a long time to really come up with those problems, right? So now, here is the more complicated ones. And then I said, analyze the problem and give me the hints for the first step. Imagining this was, I'm preparing myself to a tough test in mathematics. And then he says, okay, here's the first thing. And give this one, say, why it matter, and your goal for step 1, and a hint to start, and checkpoint for you. This would be a master mathematics teacher can do this one. need to be prepared, okay? And now I said, okay, trying to have a kind of task analysis because when we teach STEM, they actually have those kind of things you can do, right? So he said, okay, kind of task analysis. Let's say for the first step, right? He said, first step, goal formulation, and you say, what is the question that you would ask yourself? What am I being asked to do, and why? See, that's the first step, goal formulation. Second, concept retrieval. What knowledge do I need for this? 3, strategy selection. What is the best road to achieve the goal? 4, execution, carry out the transformation. 5, monitoring and evaluation. 6, transform planning. And then finally say, do you want me to do anything more? Now, think about that. Okay, for those of you that actually, if you're a teacher, it doesn't matter, this just happened to be mathematics because I kind of understand mathematics, right? So now you can think about it. That's why I say AI, they're powerful. It's very powerful. If you do not have a sweat right now, if you're a teacher, you probably do not realize what's going to happen. Okay. Now that's the next question. The education right now is the AI. What the student going to do? Well, student can easily take the ride. So here I have a picture, like it's like you go to a gym. You're trying to say, okay, I want to make myself strong, and then if that's this analogy, if you do not really want to make yourself strong, you just want to look like strong. If somebody offers you, say, hey, don't do anything. I just give you a sweater. You make it strong yourself. You're the strongest among all your peers. Now, for those like me, like an old man, for example, you say, I want to go to the gym or do something. I want to strengthen my health. I want to live longer. I probably do not take the offer. I would be practicing myself and to make sure that I get do my cardio or everything. But for the people that only want to give the impression of being strong, they're going to take the offer. The same thing for education. If you go to university just for the degree, has not interesting about your mental, your critical thinking, others. Well, if you say, people say, don't write the summary. I will write it for you, and then with this tool, you can be the most literary people in the world. They probably take the offer. For the people who really want to learn, they probably do not take the offer. So now, this offer almost parallel like a performance-enhancing drugs in sports. Okay, so that's what happened. It's a powerful AI. It's a blast to the education, but maybe it's a curse. Okay, because people can easily make it as extension of search engine, and then trying to take the easy way out and not learning. Okay. So that's a picture that I want you to know. If you do not remember anything I talk about today, I want you to remember this picture, okay? The abuse of AI, it's like a drug, okay? So this is a picture I used before. I say human wisdom and then AI for education, eventually, probably just a peace or war. Right now, you hear different messages. The industry pushing, say, well, AI this strong, I can make you learn. I can, they almost give the impression that you do not have to learn, okay? But educator, we actually emphasize different ways, okay? So this is something that this message. So now, here's the message. Basically, given the generative, AI is closely mirror human behavior processes, the capacity of surpass the boundary of human cognition, what are we going to do? We do not have any choice because the AI company are getting more and more aggressive, products getting better and better. Actually, this morning, they said somebody from Singapore, they developed a new model called HRM. is actually, blow you away, that much more powerful. So we just have to live with it. We try to need to empower it. Now, before I do this, I am going to say, well, why we need to, this important for this. So here I'm going to go very, very quick. It's a holistic view of human intellectual development. So when we do the education, right now, we're trying to mentor our student in multiple aspects as a holistic person, not just learning knowledge. Actually, here's the 5 dimensions that I've talked about. When they come to university, you give them opportunity, you really make them motivated to learn, and you help them emotionally, and you help them learn knowledge, cognitive develop, and also you develop their relations with others, social environment. And also those are 5 relatively independent aspects that human intellectual development, okay? So for example, if you do the following, if you really populate this form, for example, for each one of the dimensions that you have like this, so cognitive, say it's 35% of those 5, very important, this is in college, and then human decide, for example, what to learn, what to assess, so on and so forth. Humans still play a role. Right now, AI play probably 30-40% role. The same way you consider others. So you have to right now, this is probably 65 and 35 kind of division. Now, this is just one number that I get. I actually designed the app that you actually can do. You can serve your organization. See, here is, you can serve your organization. Actually see, today, what is the division between HW and AI, and what is tomorrow? So this is actually application that I designed, and then maybe I will give it to Michael and then share with everybody. I do want to have in all different areas, what do you feel about AI and HW? Okay, so now just a few messages that I'll probably duplicate what Tanya was talking about. The AI alone will not transform education. Educators who master AI will. Remember the Tanya's the Tanya's message, right? It's the same message. Because what happened is, AI without teacher is information without inspiration. Okay? It's, in other words, you can have AI. They can deliver. I will show you how powerful they deliver. And then pedagogy begins when algorithm ends. When they did, and then the pedagogy, how people teach, the pedagogy start that, and the AI delivers content, and the teachers cultivate minds. Okay, so that's the first claim. The second claim, it's AI's limitation are educational opportunities. Okay, you probably go around anytime people think you know AI, people are going to ask you, say, "Oh, what happens AI hallucination?" But I want you to think about the following. When we talk about the power of AI is a blast. Okay? But AI itself, just imagine this. You close your eyes, imagine that now, remember how powerful AI is, saying 137 IQ right now, and they combine with unlimited capacities, unlimited power. Close your eyes, you say, AI never make mistake. What's going to do? We all go fishing. We don't have anything to do. Teacher, student doesn't have to do. So now, an AI mistake isn't a flaw. It's a call for critical thoughts. Okay? Our generation is so lucky. Why? Because our generation, we got powerful AI, getting more powerful every day, but we got an imperfect AI. Because it's imperfect. That's the role of educator. And our generation actually have knowledge of pointing out what is wrong. Just imagine in the future generations, AI is less likely making mistake, and the future generation may not even have the capability of tell AI is wrong. They're the one that their generations are the one that doomed. We are the luckiest. So don't complain about AI's hallucination. AI hallucinate, It's actually give us a chance. Okay? So I really want to think we should think that way. Okay? So the most valuable lesson AI teaches us is to question its answers. Okay? AI is so powerful. The most valuable lesson AI teaches is to question their answers. AI's hallucination and errors, they are invitation to inquiries. So then second question is, don't complain about hallucination. It's the AI that gives us the opportunity. Okay? So pedagogy can be fully dedicated to AI. Right now, there are a lot of applications saying, hey, you push a key, AI generate everything. And then think about AI can really teach for you. No, pedagogy cannot be fully dedicated to AI because students don't remember algorithms. They remember teachers who believed in them. So I was teaching, this is the 40 years of my teaching, but I had the professors way before me. I learned a lot from them. There were zero technologies. Okay, I learned a lot from them because their pure influence made me want to learn and made me learn very, very solid. Machine can mimic empathy, only teachers truly feels it, okay? And the heart of education isn't the computation, it's a connection. The reason that we still remember our professors, our teachers, because we did not really learn from those. Right now, one thing that I worry in the future is say, well, if you ask people like my age, say, how do you learn? They can only remember Samsung or iPad. That was the worst. That would be the worst. Okay. And human wisdom plus AI equals educational innovation. Education needs wisdom, not just intelligence, even artificial. When AI informs and teacher inspire, learning thrives. Okay? AI can personalize learning, only teachers can humanize it. Okay? So I have about 2 minutes because I thank you for the conference that I actually have opportunity to spend 45 minutes to talk about what I'm showing you next. It's a few examples. So for example, when Michael was talking about, I spent a lot of time and then designed it. This one actually it's the Socratic playground for learning, and then here it's actually I should have a Thai version. Maybe this is the earlier version. So this one here is like basically what this one does. It's I have research on the tutoring system for the very good part of my 30 years of career in Memphis. So I designed this system. So basically, this one that when Michael says how powerful it is any language, any domain, any subdomain, any concept, any learning objective, any learning environment, any learner, okay? The mighty powerful AI actually embedded there. So the reason I show this one, if you do not know how powerful it is, you do not know how to protect yourself, okay? So basically, the maximum power of the language, and then learner question answers, learner answer questions, learner generate questions, and those. Actually, I'm gonna, so this is what I'm gonna spend the afternoon session for that. So here's the one. This is actually you generate as a teacher. You can generate, ask questions by yourself, and you actually can give you all those learning modes, and then using Socratic method to teach you, and then all those. So that's the 1.1 version, right? So discussions, and then of course you can do those, and then this is actually in one of the papers that you can read about. Now there are other kind of things, even more. This is where after I met Michael, and then from this is in the last couple of months, I produced this one. They call this 2.0. Give you scenario-based learning, give you different kind of games, and generate every single one of them in a matter of minutes. Okay, so this one. And then, well, we don't have any else. So this one here is, question-based learning. You actually using students to critical think. And then here you have to do the grading. You can actually grade, this one you can customize your grading rubric, and then all those. And this is actually, this is grading one. And then adaptive learn, you actually can using AI, interactive with student, human teacher, observe their observe interactions, and AI can guide you to monitor you can, in real time, changing the interactions between learner and the tutoring systems. So in other words, my time is up. So here's what I just shared with you. And then if you want to know more about what I have talked about, we can, I can show you how to work in the detail later. Okay, so here's. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Professor Hu Xiangen, for your inspiring speech. We all agree that AI has an immense power, but I think we can all agree after his speech that we can beat it with a human wisdom. That's very inspiring. Again, if any participants, if you have any questions for Professor Xiangen, you can post your questions on our Padlet, and Professor will be respond to the questions immediately after he can.